Greetings, everyone. So many of you who've been part of my Regenerate Masterclass, which I'm happy to say has served over 500,000 individuals around the world. It's a free masterclass I put together actually in the run-up to the publishing of my book, Regenerate. So it was designed in 2019, which seems like a long time ago, but Regenerate is actually the key to how I know I personally keep myself in good shape and do all the things that I do, and then also resist all of the challenges that have been also thrown at me. So one of the things that I want people to know about is how I drink water, because this is something I don't often reveal, which is the actual technique that I use. So one thing I do is I get Mountain Valley water. It's reverse osmosis, and it's essentially in glass bottles. So that eliminates the microplastics issue. It is possible, of course, to use other filtration systems that give you a really clean water close to distilled. Reverse osmosis generally gives you very clean water. I think tap water has something like 350 parts per million of dissolved solid. And when you're using RO, you start to get down towards the distilled range. Okay. So it's like 30, I think, parts per million or less. And reverse osmosis is great because it's a really small membrane. So everything that shouldn't get passed through is left behind and you get the pure water. But the water isn't structured. It's considered bulk water. And bulk water actually needs to be structured by your body, which takes minerals and it takes energy. And that can actually be a drag. And some people who drink water, even clean water, they find themselves just peeing it out through your kidneys. And that's a bit of a tax on your kidneys. And then it's really not doing what you want, which is going into your body and acting like a molecular battery and helping to charge up your cells. And then, of course, do all that wonderful stuff you need. So here is a glass of clean water. And you can do distilled as well. I use again reverse osmosis, and then I use this product by Valsera right here. It's becoming one of my favorite companies for a number of reasons. But first of all, this is one of the best ways to create biological water. That's what I'll call it, biological water. So, for example, right here, it's already been poured in, and almost instantly, it becomes almost like the consistency of um, a juice. And it has this like citrusy but yet salty flavor. And essentially, it is a game changer. So it has presence, it has feel, it's complex, has body. And it for me, it immediately gives me a type of energy and a sense of hydration that nothing else can. And you just don't pee it out. I mean, generally, it stays in your body. It gives you energy. It helps to, soothe the organs that need that structured water. So that's one thing I want to share with you. Now, these come in packets like that. So if I'm traveling, sometimes like you get through the airport, you can't bring your water. I'll get some water, sometimes smart water, whatever it is. I'll put one of these packets in, and it is a game changer because travel dehydrates everyone like crazy. And one of the ways that you can maintain your hydration status, which by the way, water is a source of energy. The melanin in your body is able to essentially photolytically dissociate the hydrogen and oxygen, liberating molecular oxygen and hydrogen for your body to, well, first of all, get the oxygen it needs, but then also produce energy. But if you don't have the right amounts of water, water that is actually structured properly, it's very hard to take advantage of that. So anyway, so what I do is I take these packets with me. I use one of them usually when I go do an intense workout, and it gives me an incredible sense of energy. It's a net positive versus most water. You get them in the plastic bottles. It tastes kind of like chemically. Water's got terrible taste these days. This tastes magical. It tastes like something that would come from a watermelon versus something that will come from a chemical source. So another product that they have, well, let me give you a little details though on what's actually in this, which is really quite nice. So you have Celtic sea salt, you have red algae, and then you have organic spirulina, and then you have humic soil extract. And one of the things that's in here is actually Bacillus subtilis, which is an incredible species of bacteria that can help degrade certain toxic chemicals, which include pesticides and even glyphosate. So that is one of my favorite products for that reason. It gives me additional resilience, ability to enhance detoxification. Then there's also this product called Hydrate, which is actually the only product I know like this, where you take the capsules and you're able to prepare your body for, let's say you're drinking a lot of water, you don't have time to mix it, for super hydrating yourself, as well as providing all the other great beneficial ingredients in here. So anyway, that's one of my hacks. I do a lot of traveling. There have been times where I haven't brought this product with me, and I have regretted it because I'll look at myself the next day, my face will be dehydrated. I'll feel like out of it. You know, some people think that jet lag is just from time zones. No, it's from dehydration, hypoxia, and then aerotoxicosis, which is the toxic bleed air that comes from the jet engines in non-Dreamliners or non-private jets. If you're fortunate enough to use those, they get the air from outside the cabin, which makes sense. So that's why a lot of people get toxic effects from traveling, whereas this at least helps to take care of the best, most important part of that. So once again, that's one of the tips that I have for you today. And you may also take advantage of an offer that Vicera is putting together. And I'll put a link to my interview with the founders, Chrissy and Heath. They're good friends of mine. They have an incredible story you have to hear about how their love for children, including their foster children, is really what helped them to create this company and why they wanted to grow big, which based on my love for their A2 protein, their Ignite product, which is a metabolic product that helped Chrissy go from 300 to, I mean, you see her, you're like, wait, you had weight problems once? It's a metabolic enhancer with ashwagandha, green tea, turmeric. It's actually something you could just take generally for longevity. They have their creatine, which I've used recently to do the Kennedy challenge. I'm very proud of myself. I can do 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups in under 10 minutes. I don't think that it would be much harder to do it without creatine. And they have other great products that you can take a look at. And when you do purchase those products, of course, that supports the work that we do at Green Med Info. It helps me to get this information out to more people. So thank you for your support.